So I usually start my day by getting up around 6 a.m. After I've done my basic human stuff like brushing my teeth and washing my face, I head downstairs to get ready to do my yoga. On mornings like this one, where the sky is such a deep, clear blue, I love to open up my sliding door so I can enjoy the sunny morning whilst I do my yoga flow. I have a subscription with Adele Bridges to do my yoga practice. She has ADHD too, and I love how creative her transitions and routines are. There are easier flows to choose from, but today I felt full of energy and decided to opt for one of the longer videos that focused on wheel pose. I always find these longer style videos push me out of my comfort zone, and I like starting my day with something that challenges me physically and mentally. I was so scared the first time I tried wheel pose as an adult, something I hadn't attempted since childhood, but I really feel like I'm slowly building my confidence up with this pose, though I still find it exhausting. We also covered drop back into wheel pose during the class, but it became clear very quickly that this was a long way off for me, even with the aid of a wall. After yoga, I headed out for a walk in the sunshine with my morning coffee. There are these gorgeous falls near me I love to walk past, and they are so curious they always come over to say hello. Can't believe how sunny and how much blue sky there is today. It's honestly been really dreary. I've had to have the lights, I must admit I've got the lights on in here, but it's because my studio is in shade. But I've had to have the lights on inside the house pretty much the whole day. Most of this week it has been so grey and so rainy and miserable. It feels like such a difference to my day having the proper British summertime. So my plan for today is I basically have done the classic ADHD thing of getting very excited when all of my stuff came out of my bisque firing and immediately started painting it. I've got quite a large collection of bisqueware, and I think I'm pretty confident it's sort of enough for 2 collections. So I need to just do inventory essentially this morning. As much as I love my little studio, it isn't exactly got the biggest floor space, and I definitely need to lay all of the pieces that I've got out in front of me so I can sort of work out how much I've got, and then I want to section it into 2 lots. So that's basically what I need to do now, is put all of this in boxes and bring it through to the house where the floor is a lot bigger and I can lay it all out in front of me and start. I'm a little bit hot after bringing all of that in. Okay, so having brought everything in and seeing it all together in these boxes, I've definitely got a lot more inventory than in my head I had. I'm just gonna sit down now, make a note of how much it is I've got of everything, and then after that I will start having a think about what I want in which collection. Okay, so after doing some counting, I think I've got just over 140 pieces. Technically more than that because some of them are in pairs, but yeah, definitely enough for 2 separate collections. So it's good news. I need to work out how much of each piece I've got, separate it into 2 groups. I've got my glaze firing booked in maybe like 2 weeks. Yeah, it's been very disorganized. I think it was just a mistake of putting it in boxes. If you have ADHD, do not put anything in a box, because I put everything into boxes and then it just became like background. I forgot I made those trinket bowls. Even I did a whole YouTube video on them. So yeah, time to get organized. Okay, so I am now in my office. Please ignore how disastrously messy my desk looks right now. It does not look good. We'll just keep looking in this direction away from it. So what I'm going to do now is essentially put the list of pieces that I think are going to be going into the collection. I feel like I really stumbled over my words then. Into my Excel spreadsheet, and then I need to write my newsletter for my email list. So it's a little update that I do every week that I send out to my email subscribers, where I basically just let people know how I'm doing, share some photographs and just that kind of thing. Okay, I think I spent way too long getting my spreadsheet to look pretty, which is just something I have a tendency to do. I have finally got everything in and I've faffed around over here. I've just wasted a horrendous amount of time trying to make the colours work on here with automatically, and yeah, that didn't work. I've essentially been doing a lot of reflecting lately, trying to sort of work out what my weak areas are regards getting my business off the ground. And there have been a lot of life events and things like that, but I'm also aware that my mistakes in the past have been not planning things properly, rushing into them, getting excited and getting carried away with myself, and then feeling like I'm trying to sort of almost catch up with myself. My biggest goal with my business is not just to be organised, but to be consistent. That's my overarching goal, is to be consistent, and that means I need to be organised and I need to have a plan that I follow, and to essentially be planning almost a season ahead of myself when it comes to my business and what my collection's going to be and everything. My watch keeps telling me I need to go and have my lunch. That again for like the 10th time. So I finally finished writing out my newsletter and scheduling it to go out tomorrow afternoon. You can see a little sneak peek. So my email updates that go out once a week on a Friday always have sort of the sneak peeks behind my business and my creative process, what I've been up to that week, and my mailing list subscribers are always the first people to find out about anything. If my mailing list is something that you think you'd be interested in, there will be a link in the description of this video. You also get access to discounts and early access to my collection drops as well. So it's just win-win really. Here are my two laid out collections. So I'm now gonna just basically pack them all up and take the ones that I need to paint out into my studio and do some painting for the rest of the afternoon. Yay! Once I was back out in my pottery studio, I decided to start by focusing on painting some of my hanging decorations. I've got a sort of blue-white theme going on with this collection, so I started off my painting process by doing a layer of white underglaze. Because I'm painting both sides, I'm gonna have to just hold on to it whilst I wait for the underglaze to dry before I put it back down on my mat. Oh, I'm getting a little bit of hand cramp. I think that's all right now. Ooh. Once I'd finished painting my white base layer, I then moved on to adding the dark blue detailing. I decided to do a floral themed design for these bell-shaped hanging decorations. I started by adding the outline of the flowers, careful to keep a steady hand as I went back in and added more detailed areas to the leaves and petals. I've been experimenting with watering down my underglazes to give this sort of watercolour effect when I'm painting. So after doing the outline, I went back in with a watered down underglaze to fill in some of the leaves and petals. So I finished doing the white base on my bell hanging decoration, my two paint palettes, and I've then started doing the blue detailing on this little bell hanging decoration. I'm probably gonna do a little bit more later after tea, but right now I'm feeling quite tired from today and ready to have my dinner, so I'm gonna go do that. And yeah, that's my day in a life, my little studio vlog. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.